Today, I am Sarah Banks from Banks' Business Solutions, and today I want to talk about business finances. Now, this is an area that as a business owner you need to 100% have a handle on if you want to be successful, because it can be really easy for your spending to become out of control, for income not to be coming in as you expect it to, and therefore your cash flow drying up very, very quickly, particularly if you're starting out with quite a low amount of investment. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my top 4 tips for micro business owners and solopreneurs on how to get a handle on your financing. So tip 1 is budgeting. It's really important that right at day 1 you set a budget, which needs to be based on your expected income. Now I know that might be unknown, but you can kind of think about what you're going to be selling or what services you're going to be offering, what you're going to be charging for them, how many hours you're going to be working, and how much you roughly can make on average. So that should be your expected income, and then your expected expenditure. And this is going to be thinking about all the things that you regularly need to pay for in your business, and also some sort of contingency. Then as your business grows and diversifies, you can review and adjust this budget to fit what's actually happening and what you want to see and forecast for growth in the future. Tip number 2 is pay yourself. You should always make paying yourself a priority. Even if in the early days you can only pay yourself as little as £100 a month, getting into the habit of paying yourself every month is really important. And kind of just as a little aside to this, I've seen some business owners start off by having everything in one bank account, their personal finances and their business. I think this is actually a really bad idea, because the crossover then between personal and business, even if you're a solopreneur, gets a little bit mucky and it's a little bit muddied. And actually, if you've got completely separate business and personal finances, then paying yourself will be a lot easier, because you literally say, okay, this money from my business account is for me personally, I'm going to put that in my personal account, and everything else in the business account is there to run the business, to ensure my cash flow is there. So set an amount to pay yourself, and pay yourself regularly is absolutely critical. Tip number 3 is to be efficient with your invoicing. It can be really easy, especially if you're busy with other things, to actually not put time aside every month to invoice clients, and then sit down and go, oh my gosh, I haven't invoiced that client for 3 months. And then you're sending them a huge invoice, because you've got 3 months worth of invoicing on that invoice, so it's difficult for them, but also you've then got to wait even longer for that money to come through. So putting time aside every single month to do your invoicing, or every week, depending on how things work in your business, will ensure that your cash flow remains healthy and keep you on top of it. In fact, what I do is, when I do my invoicing, I also check over my books, reconcile my bank account, and pay myself at the same time. And it takes me a couple of hours every month, and I just put that time aside in my diary and stick to it. And my 4th and final tip for this video is to pay your suppliers on time. Again, when you're in the early days and cash flow is a little bit up and down, it can be easy to think, oh, if I pay them 2 or 3 days late, it won't really matter, I'm just waiting for this to come in. But by doing that, you're not then going to build a good relationship with your suppliers for the future. And that's what you want to be doing, particularly if they're suppliers that you want to work with and have a long-term relationship with. So I really hope that these tips have been helpful. If you have any questions at all, please do ask, and I hope you'll join me on another one of my videos soon. Bye for now.